Hello and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to go over our new project. As the title suggests, it's about me building a 500 horsepower Audi A4 B7 2-liter TFSI. So let's begin. We will need to find the cheap car, a manual and a quattro that is also in one piece and is complete. We can buy a broken one, that's okay, because I will rebuild it anyway. Then we'll need to buy the 600 horsepower turbo kit, because I don't want to buy a 500 horsepower and run it at 100% duty cycle. I want to have a bit of extra room. Then we're going to rebuild the engine with forged rods and also stock pistons. Yeah, I know, 500 horsepower on stock pistons. Well, that's why I make this video. I want to see if they're able to make 500 horsepower, if they're reliable, and everybody tells me that I cannot do that, so I would like to prove everybody wrong, and also maybe we'll learn something. Then I will put new bearings on it. I will use CDL OEM bolts everywhere for the main caps, for the cylinder heads, for everything, because the CDL is a bit stronger engine, so it has a bit stronger components inside. So everything that I can use from there is a bit of an upgrade from standard. I don't want to put ARP studs because it will destroy my budget. Then we're going to need some new seals and gaskets. Obviously I'll buy everything originally new from Germany, which is a lot cheaper than here. I will also want to use a CDL cylinder head so I can run more boost than the standard one. Why? Because I already have one that I saved from a long time ago, and it's in really good condition, and I modified a little bit. I modified the combustion chamber to lower a little bit the compression ratio. As I forgot to say, on the stock pistons I'm going to modify them to lower the compression. So what that means, basically I'm just going to shave the top of it a little bit till it goes to 9.5 to 1 compression ratio. Okay, what's next? Next, on the cylinder head I will put new cam chain tensioner, genuine one. Like I said, new cylinder head bolts from the CDL engine. I will skim the head so it's all nice and clean. I'll buy a new OEM head gasket, OEM thickness, because I'm lowering the compression from the pistons. I will buy new piston rings, and I'm going to file them for a bigger gap so I can run higher boost without risking them touching and then destroying the pistons, basically. Which I have a piston that actually did that, and it broke off everything. Then on the clutch side I'm going to use a Sachs sintered plate that's good for up to 650 Newton meters. I'm sure we won't make that much Newton meters with this horsepower. I think we're going to make, like, if you're lucky, like 500, 550. Anyway, this clutch kit is quite cheap, and I'm hoping to use it with the standard flywheel. If we need to change it, then it's going to be like £1,000, which is a lot. But I'm hoping to use it with standard flywheel. Next is the turbo kit. Like I said, good for 600 horsepower, but it must have fast pull so I can actually daily the car. So yeah, obviously for 500 horsepower I'm not expecting it to spool at 3000 like a KO4, but obviously I don't want it to spool at 6000, so we'll see about that. Okay, on the air feed and cooling, I'm going to make my custom cold air intake and an air feed from the fog lights like I did on my KO4 car, this one. Then I'm going to have to choose, and I need you guys to comment on this and let me know. I need to choose between a big front mount intercooler or an air to water intercooler. If I'm going the air to water intercooler, I'm going to put a big icebox tank in the boot in the spare wheel. I like this idea, but also I like the simplicity of the front mount intercooler. Water mat, yeah, that would be really nice, but since it's on a budget, I don't know, this one is quite expensive. It costs around £500 plus the extra nozzles. It will be like £700. It will be great for the standard pistons to cool down the combustion chamber, but the budget won't really allow it. We'll see. Then I'll need a 3-inch throttle body, metal one, so it doesn't break, because the standard one is quite known to fail on high boost. A 4-bar map sensor from the Audi S3 AP. On the fueling side, I will need a high pressure fuel pump upgrade. So basically I'm going to use the VIS high pressure fuel pump internals, which are really good, and I'm going to drill the fuel pump intake to 5mm from, I think it's 2mm or something. It's very small, so I'm going to drill it bigger so the low pressure fuel system doesn't work so hard. As injectors, I'm going to use RS4 B7 injectors. Why? Because they are very cheap and they should do the job. Yeah, I heard they have a lot of downsides, but then again, it's on a budget, so I can't really put RS3 or super nice injectors that cost a lot of money. These are very cheap. This costs only 300 pounds brand new, and I want to use brand new stuff wherever I can, wherever it's important. I'm also going to use the RS4 fuel pressure release valve, 136 bars. This one, it's a bit tight because the RS4 injectors flow kind of exactly 500 horsepower at this pressure if the tune is perfect and everything is perfect, so that's a bit tight. I would like to find maybe a used one, bigger one, 150 or 160 bar that I can send to be checked. We'll see. If you guys have any parts on this list and you would like to be a part of the build, like I said, if you want to be part of the build, send me parts or advice or anything else. You can message me on my Instagram, is s.a.tuning, or leave a comment on YouTube. Or on the low pressure, I'm going to use the RS4 fuel pump controller, because basically the Audi A4 B7 has from factory, let me put this like that, the Audi A4 B7 has from factory the same pump as the RS4, the same part number, everything. So I know it's good for, let's say, 600 horsepower, but not really more than that. Even that's tight, it's too much. But I'm going to put the controller on and it should lower the duty cycle and it will be fine. If not, I'm just going to put a AM in-tank pump, but I think this should be fine. Then I'm going to use from the Audi S3 AP again a 200 bar rail sensor, so I can read all those high pressures. On the exhaust side, I'm going to use a 3-inch exhaust all the way to a big resonator, so it's not too loud. I want to make it quiet, but there's not much space to put mufflers in there. I would also like to put a 3-inch, twin 3-inch MagnaFlow cats, high flow cats instead of mufflers, so it passes emissions and it's good for the environment and all that. On the brake side, I want to use Brembo's 18Z front and OEM backs. Obviously, I'll try to put some aftermarket pads on the back at least. I have a braided line skid that will go on. We'll see. On the handling, I'm going to use some budget coilovers probably. I have the 034 Motorsport rear anti-roll bar, but we'll see if I put this one on the K04 car, which is my daily, or I can put the RS4 B7 anti-roll bar, which is already on the daily car. Okay, I'm going to put some new tires on it, obviously, but since it's Quattro, it's kind of good anyway, even with budget tires. Other than that, I would like to put 034 Motorsport engine and transmission mounts. Street or track density, I'm not sure. You can guys leave me a comment if you know which one should I put. And then I want to put the Polybush black snob mount. I have this on my manual and automatic K04 car and it's amazing. I also have the yellow one, but the yellow one is useless, honestly. Just put the black one. Ideally, I would like a Go Fast Beat Aeroforce 3 boost controller, so I can lower the boost, so I can have this much power on high boost and then I can just lower the boost and it will make less power. And then the last thing is my goals, what I want from it. I really want a sub 4 seconds 0 to 62 acceleration time. I really want that. Obviously I would like under 3, but I'm trying to be realistic. I would like sub 12 quarter miles. I have the Santa Pod's Raceway close to me almost, and I'm going to take the car there and see how it does. I would like to be able to use it as a daily, so not too loud and reliable. Sleeper look, obviously, because sleeper are the best, and I don't want it to blow up. So yeah, that's about it. This is my engine build, and like I said, if you like to be a part of it and send me parts or give me any advice, please let me know in the comments down below, and we'll see you in the next video with the parts update and we'll see what we're getting. Thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe so we can finally reach that 1000 subscribers.